The NFL is on EA Sports, and we're at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida. With the echoes of cannon blast still ringing in our ears from the north end zone, the Bucs were introduced a moment ago, and they are all set as their guys will do battle with the Kansas City Chiefs.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Harrison Butker ready to get us started. This should be fun. The Chiefs and Bucs are underway from Tampa. Fielded just outside the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be second and very short.
I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
A gain of 13, it's a first down. Working from the gun, it's Brady. There's the Penn State man, it's Chris Godwin. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. A good pickup there at 22.
Buccaneers, first down. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 30-yard line. Brady gives this one off to Jones. Down to about the 22 here. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 11 yards there, first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff in the staff.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Anthony Hitchens. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line. That right there is the inauspicious start that they were hoping to avoid, the turnover on the first possession.
I love how you use those college-bound words like that, inauspicious. Well done. I really appreciate that. But here's the thing for me. I'm just wondering if their game plan is incorrect. You know, I think they felt like they could come in and throw it around pretty well. That interception early, they may rethink how they go about attacking.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Not the kind of gain that we'll go absolutely crazy for, but it's the kind of gain that you need to have when you're running back in the NFL. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire with that low center of gravity and strength, he's going to get those tough, gritty yards for you when necessary.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up.
3rd down.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2.
Big Vita Vea pushing his way through to wind up with a sack.
We've seen a couple of Super Bowls start 2-0. The first score of this game could have very easily been a safety. That was close there.
It was close, and while it didn't happen in this game, it's funny you bring up the Super Bowls because that would have been, what, Super Bowl 46, Giants-Patriots.
You're testing my memory.
And also
yeah.
Super Bowl 48, which was Broncos-Seattle when the snap went over the head of the QB. And guess what? It was 2-zip Seattle right out of the gate.
21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Buccaneer offense will be set up well as they take over.
At the 40-yard line.
Fournette, a first down carry. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Down at the 30.
You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
First down. First and 10 at the 21-yard line. That's the end of the first quarter with no score.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Shotgun now for Brady. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. First and goal from just inside the 5.
First and goal at the 4-yard line.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, second and goal. They'll give Fournette another crack. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play there, and they're going to need to come up with something better here on third and goal.
Third and goal.
They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave them with a 4th and goal.
No gain on the play.
Let's think here. You're still just in the second quarter. You taking the 3 points?
I am taking the 3 points, and I'm just relying on my defense here. Show me I have a little confidence in them, and let the offense know, nice drive. Come back next time. We'll go get 6 then, but for now, we'll take the 3.
So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal. So
maybe now the mentality changes in this game because anytime you can get to the red zone, and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got a look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. They go play action. Now Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. He was trying to get it to Tyreek Hill that time. And it's third and short.
Love the idea, love the concept, but you got to leave a little room on the sideline so he can fade into it when he makes the catch. That was thrown too close to it for the receiver to make a play.
He is going to find Hill here. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. A little surprise pays off on 3rd and 1. Pass instead of run. Gets him 15 yards. On first down, Mahomes flushed out right. He's going to fire one, corner of the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That goes for a gain of 31. Now Edwards-Helaire. And they'll get him down right around the 16. And Ndamukong Suh makes the tackle.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches.
Brings up 3rd and inches.
To throw, it's Mahomes. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything. And against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Chiefs tried it, but they're turned away on 4th down. And the Buccaneers defense holds, and they get the football back. Brady now on 1st down. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 14. The 1st down screen pass, good for 5.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
This is caught by Antonio Brown. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Throwing on 1st down is Brady. Gronkowski's got it on the crossing route. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Ronald Jones as the first half is winding down. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip.
The score, Buccaneers 10, Chiefs nothing. Bradley Pinion.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
Tyreek Hill set to return it.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you got to be ready.